This is Enriquez. Nickname Blackhand of the Mexican Mafia. Prison gang politics.
Hey folks, my name is Enriquez and you're watching Uncensored. If you recall in the last segment of the video, Victoria Murillo was talking about having more meetings. They're talking about Chuco and the other brother are talking about having more meetings with the gangs because they had just fleshed out starting a business or starting a sports bar. But Victoria Murillo pointed out that the real power is in the gangs. So they're focusing on that now, and Victoria Murillo was pointing out that maybe we should all have some kind of idea before we come to these juntas and have these juntas with gang members, right? So he's approaching it strategically, right? Like, I'm not just going to go to a meeting and not have some kind of strategy. I'm going to have a goal I want to achieve. I'm going to have a secondary plan. There's going to be plan A, B, and C of the things that I want to be implemented. And that's how Victoria is seeing it. Like, this is what we have. Let's not talk about what we want. This is our power now. Let's capitalize on that and bring this to fruition before we move forward with another business venture. And you see how he took that focus that was scattered everywhere. Lease this, big TV eats that, we need money here, who's got the resources, to this. This is what we have. Let's focus on this, let's capitalize on it, and make it run smooth. I mean, it was an expert tactic that I seen on his part. He took control of the meeting, he's driving it forward now, and let's take off with that now.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, you know, I'm gonna meet on ustedes, but to me, you need a commission out here, and I think you need that out here.
But don't you think that that's gonna start a chain of command?
Yeah.
Well, mira, Chuco.
Somebody's got to drive the car.
Well, mira,
No, it's gonna, it's, yeah.
But people are right.
But we start putting, you know.
That is Huero Shy, Triac living in the room, the big, booming, deep voice, the command presence that he has. Just in that voice, he just left the room. And Victoria Murillo's hitting at a key point right here. Centralized leadership. He wants a commission. This guy's commission level status, right? And a couple of brothers in the room are that right there. They're the command presence in that room. And Victoria Murillo's hitting on it because he comes from a location that has a functioning commission, the feds, right? The feds, I say, not in the federal agencies, but the federal BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, or the Mexican Mafia has an active commission.
People over others is people correct and say, hey, wait a minute, you're not better than me.
I don't think that's what he's talking about. I don't think that's what the brother's trying to
Let me say something. When I say a commission, I mean, those that have been around a while, we know about commissions and
I know it happened, folks.
Yeah, and all the, you know, and what you're talking about.
You were there on the mainland when it happened.
And what you're talking about, so we know that. But
Benito Kilroy started that.
we keep trying to perfect things, ¿verdad? And as far as what you're saying about that, well, then we're going to have, like I think you use the word chain of command and stuff like that. You know, in this cuarto aquí, there has to be people that everybody respects.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, we've never had like generals and stuff like that. You know, we've never had stuff like that. The people that we call our general are the people that we have that respect for.
Exactly.
So all I'm just trying to say is that I mean, if somebody doesn't drive the car, we're not going to get nowhere.
You know what? Did they say something? Watch out. How about if we bring a cool camarada we can trust that is a businessman and bring him to guide the money where it's going, but we guide it, if we determine where it goes, so that way nobody gets big-headed here, you know?
Well, yeah, they got
I tell you something. You lay money on somebody else.
Financial, what do they call it?
No, but I'm talking about a financial person.
Brother, I don't care how much you trust a person. You laid money on somebody else you control.
That's what, you know, we've always, as far as people,
That's Carlitos from Lomas leaving the room in the black t-shirt.
as far as people, as far as somebody driving a car and getting out of line, I mean, we've always had, we've always had our ways of taking care of that. I mean, hay gente that have tried to run something and they did. So I mean, I respect that myself.
You know, for as long as I've been a carnal, we've always had this thing where nobody runs nothing and nobody's going to tell me what to do. We're all equal, and we all know that's bullshit. Because some carnales get looked up to more than others. Some carnales think better than others, and some carnales have better leadership. You know, it's just simple. It's reality. I don't mind listening to somebody if they can make better sense than me. Then, hey, I'm ready to listen, man. Tell me what to do. You know. And so we need to stop all that. Nobody's going to tell me what to do, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm just as good as you are and all that. You know, we need to come down off that little shit right there because...
There is the point that is the most realistic that's been made in this meeting. Like, Shy said it just like it is. Like, some carnales have better business skills, better leadership skills. Can you see Gibby, the weasel, being a commissioner and being respected by these guys? I dare say that none of them in that room even respect him. This guy got made on a fluke, right? He got made on a fluke. And I believe Sammy Villalba sponsored him. And I don't know why. Maybe because he had a relationship with Perico Roncha. Who knows the reason for making him? And we're going to do a profile on Gibby soon, and we'll get into that in the future. But Shy made a point. Some carnales are more respected than others. They have more juice than others. They put in more work than others. They have more business strength. They have more political savvy. They have more socio-political skills. And that's a reality. That's just a reality. And he says it right there. Because the carnales in the organization are stuck on this solos iguales, right? Cada carnal es un general. Like every brother, well, they're the same. They're equal. And every brother's general, right? But you heard Victorio Murillo say the people we call generals are the people that we give that respect to, right? And that's a reality. That's a reality in the organization, all it's based on the premise of egalitarianism, where one man, one vote, like a direct democracy, right? That's part in premise, right? That's partly true in premise. But it's not the reality of the organization. Because there are certain powerhouses that move and shake an organization that make stuff happen. And you're seeing some of them do that now.
We gotta have trust in all of us, you know, so we might as well pick one of us, and if that's the case.
commissions do work though, if you let them work.
These are my thoughts right here. This might be such a bullshit. For everybody, this is what I think before everybody leaves here. I think everybody has to think that all of us has to be a backbone of this idea that it's going to leave here today. So, but all of us here, myself, everybody that's in the room, has to be a financial background to what this idea that's going to leave here today, like this sports fund. All of us here has to contribute something to it to make this idea come true. Before we leave this room, let it take place, right? Instead of just throwing a bunch of wind around. All of us has to leave here thinking that we got to come back next time when we get together. We have capital, we have backbone that we're going to put in this thing that we thought about last week.
Yeah, but at the same time, what if we leave here and only 5 of us do something about it? You know,
Well,
then those 5 will benefit from it.
Someone's going to kick
And
in
the
the ass.
carnales that are
All of us
busted.
got to put this thing. You all stuck our necks in the stand to become the end man. Now all of us have to be doing something about it.
You know, I'm not trying to say anything wrong, but the people that are going to become somebody are the ones that are going to work together. You know, and those people that are going to do that, those people aren't going to be worried about what others are going to think about them. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. You know, that,
There should be no negative thoughts about
that's all,
any of us.
all I'm trying to say right there is that you know, there's going to be people getting together, and that's the only way we're going to rise.
Yeah, what about the juntas? Should we start having them every 2 weeks instead of a month?
We ought to have one in about a week and see, so we can go from there.
All right.
Everybody can start think about it.
Next week,
Next week have one. Well, I make a final decision, you know?
Oh, it sounds
Yeah, that sounds good.
Where Carlito wants to say something?
Even if it ain't for the sports bar.
Yeah. Yo, I've been saying that.
But, hey, this other thing about the commission, next week, I mean, we'll go back, we'll think about it, and then when we come back next week, we'll vote up,
Well, it's kind of
if you want it or not.
It's kind of what exactly are we talking about right now? You know, we can at least take one thing and make something out of it. I mean, we don't have too much to make something out of it. You know, but like I said, you know, lo que yo estaba diciendo que han hecho los carnales con los barrios, eso es algo.
Yeah.
You know, and if the brothers took just that right now and smooth that out, that's a lot of progress. You know, before anything else.
Excuse me, are you talking about a commission for the carnales or a commission for the barrios?
No, en manos por lines.
For us, out of pick
Just
some
people
people
that-
out of us to commit. What do you mean by commit? So I don't really understand. You mean like a group of people to decide, you know,
Give you the weasel. Isn't he freaking annoying?
you know where we're going and make
Well, let me
decisions.
start to
for
tell
us?
you.
I just don't understand.
A commission, carnal, the way I understand it is people that the idea of a commission is you know, when there's squabbles, you know, you bring them to the commission and it's supposed to be squashed there. You know, things like that. If there's
That's what we
squabbles
wanted
going
to
on.
do with the green lights, huh?
Yeah.
If there's squabbles going on, that's what the commission's for. The commission is there for all things like that. I mean, you know, if two guys got something going on the side, it's a lot better if they take care of it themselves before you bring something like this, you know.
Yeah, let me explain a little further. You remember when we first started that commission back in 1972? The Pivato started in Folsom, and then we sent the word down and we started and quit. And it didn't work out, but the commission would, just like he said, if there was problems amongst, say, a couple of carnales were having a conflict, they would go to the commission. The commission would make a decision on it. Like if there was somebody that won't be put on the lista, the decision to leave, the commission made the final decision. What else did we do?
Rules, right?
No, we've already got those.
It's just, you know, basically.
It didn't work out too well because
leaders
there
among
was,
leaders.
there was too many egos involved. That's why it didn't work out.
Well, it won't work out here either if you don't respect it. You know, I'm not saying to do it.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
I'm
but
not saying to
I'm
do
just,
it.
I'm trying to help these battles who don't know what the commission
I'm not
is
saying
about
to do it,
to understand it.
but I know that, you know, if we're gonna go anywhere, the idea is to go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victorio Murillo is the driving force behind the concept of the commission. And he keeps refocusing it from the sports bar to the barrios, right? This is what we have right now. We should perfect this before we move further, right? Randy Therian popped up again. Well, you know, we should focus on this. And Victorio hit it the nail on the head. Like, those people that are going to work together are in advance. There's going to be some people in this room that are going to do that. Others that won't. And I want to remind you guys, a great way to support the channel is subscribing. I know it doesn't seem like much, but subscriptions, support the channel, liking, leaving a comment, hyping particularly helps the channel. So if you haven't done so yet, please hit those buttons.
That's what them is about. That's what we're always supposed to be doing things together. You know?
Hey, excuse me. The first thing that's most important is to build a foundation. And the foundation is ready. We got to start bringing
media putting it in, so we have media
During this-
for this organization.
That's one of the responsibilities that the commission can get to, if we, decide to have one.
But even without the commission starting for right now today,
That's what
you know,
we gotta
we need to have it in our minds that whatever we're gonna do is gonna take vetting. You know, and why don't we start a kitty, get a treasurer, and have them keep the money and keep track of how much it is, and either we can use it for a business, and when somebody comes out, like this brother just got out, and it say if you don't have a rapla or nothing, no money or nothing like that, then we can give it to him. You know, we should start that anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and we can elect somebody to start it. I remember one day at the park, one of the last meetings I attended before I got busted last time. Gato was there, Gil was there, and Tony Palacios, and I think you were there, Chuco, and a lot of us were there, and we talked about it. But then by the end of the meeting, everybody was slammed and drunk, and and it just got all forgot about it. But everybody here right now is sober, and I think we're above beyond that point of all the bullshit that and you know what? It took Perico to come out here and wake us up, man. Because I everything he's saying right now, I wholeheartedly believe in, and I think we need to get busy, man, and get off our fucking ass and stop worrying about what's that Bato doing. He's got more than me, and all that shit, and what can we do? What do we have the potential to do? There's a lot of potential out there, and then Batos, like Vittorio said, we got a lot of fucking power out there if we use it right. And if we don't use it, if say like if I want the money that I'm getting, I just take it and run with it, or Chuco gets his and runs with it in another direction, and we're all running in the opposite direction with everything we've got, then we ain't never gonna go nowhere. And then once a month we get to a junta like this, and we love each other. Oh, brother, I love where you, it don't work like that. We're not gonna get nowhere. And I've seen it work because it's worked before. I've been out here with a lot of carnales, and we've been united, we've been organized until we all got busted. But I think we can work it in a way, if we use our heads, where that won't happen. Because we can hang back and put people in the positions that they can afford to fall. None of us in here can afford it, man.
Shy's hitting on some pearls right here. And that's his experience. All those years he's done in prison, all the campaigns he's been through and survived, all the brothers he's seen eliminated and participated in the elimination of. That's wisdom speaking there. Victorio and Shy are the two most experienced senior members in that room, and their leadership skills are glowing right now. They're glowing. People, when they speak, people listen. It brings about, again, the refocusing of the attention of the organization right there in that room. With that said, folks, we're going to wrap this episode up. Hope you like it. As always, peace out. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe.
This is Enriquez. Nickname Boots.